All right, Clark, how's it going today?
It's going pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was curious, in the most recent episode, we saw Coulson really go out and sort of like try and track down more info on Skye and really sort of learn more about her, and also then he decided to divulge all that to her once he discovered what he'd found. And I was curious, what is it about Skye that Coulson sees? Because it seems like they've had this special bond, even going back all the way to the pilot.
There's something about her that he connects with. She couldn't be more different than he. She's can't stand bureaucratic systems. She's a hacker who wants to expose S.H.I.E.L.D. And there's something about her that he just clicks with instantly and decides is an integral part of his team. And I don't think the Phil Coulson before the Avengers would have done that. There's something outside the box. There's something more instinctive that he's operating with there. And as the season and his missions have progressed, his instincts were deeply correct. She ends up being the one who, against all odds, saves him and finds him. You know, her biggest issue with S.H.I.E.L.D. turns out to be that they're the ones who have the only information on her lineage, and the big reveal in the episode that you're talking about is that the reason they have all that information is that they rescued her and they protected her when they found out her secret. So he actually kind of brought her home. The other part of it that has evolved is that she, like Coulson, hasn't been told the truth and needs to know the truth. And he finds himself keeping secrets from her at a time when he's so upset that secrets have been kept from him. And it's one of those kind of hypocrisies that he has to face within himself, that he's doing what he hates in others. And so he decides to tell her the truth and let the chips fall where they may. And it'll be interesting to see how it pays off or doesn't in the future.
Yeah, and what you just mentioned, how he realized that he was doing the same thing to her that others had been doing to him, and her sort of distrust of authority and of S.H.I.E.L.D., given that Coulson, and we've talked about this before, is sort of reevaluating his relationship to S.H.I.E.L.D. and coming to a new understanding of it, is he also learning from Skye in some way?
She's becoming less and less skeptical, I would say, about the need for an organization like S.H.I.E.L.D. as she's exposed to the things that she's exposed to on the bus. He's kind of moving closer to her original position and she's moving closer to his. And, you know, they seem to care about each other enough that hopefully they'll meet somewhere in the middle.
And also coming up, we've got, a lot going with the clairvoyant as the team continues to hunt him down. And I was curious, it seems like this is a very personal mission for Coulson. And is that simply because of what he went through in 111 at the hands of the clairvoyance people, or is there something more at stake for him?
I think to a certain extent, Coulson's a man who likes control to a large extent, which means that having the clairvoyant capture and be responsible for his subjugation and loss of all control in the torture of episode 111 is certainly a driving force. I think that people like Mike Peterson, who he's seen suffer at the hands of the clairvoyant, and perhaps other people in episodes that have not yet aired who also suffer at the hands of the clairvoyant, certainly fuel the fire that drives Phil Coulson to kind of put all of his strengths and resources into finding and destroying the clairvoyant.
Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All new Tuesday at 8/7 Central on ABC. And see full episodes anytime on Watch ABC or ABC On Demand.
Marvel, your universe.